Cool.
Breaker Crunchers, welcome to issue 82 of Couch Crunchers, where we find out Lance has upgraded to a Merkin, and also where we find out what it's like to live a life with upgraded parts that allow us to podcast at a much higher level. With me is Lance. And
what's up, man?
Max. What's up is that we are doing a podcast, and it's fun. I like podcasting. You know, we do the thing and the stuffs. You know, what you been up to?
So when we're just 7 minutes late, when normally we're like way later, does that mean we're like earlier, or are we still late?
I think that we are not a network television show, and whatever. As long as we're within a reasonable time frame.
We'll tell that to our listeners, dude. They'll start throwing stuff.
Fair enough. I know that Absolute Geek guy. He gets real mad.
Yeah, I know.
A couple weeks ago, he was in the chat, and he's like, "Man, you guys going to start yet, or what?"
I know, dude.
All right. Well, gosh dang it. Trying to
we learned everything we know from Absolute Geek.
Oh, is that what he's saying?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, about being late. Yeah, that's true. Usually Friday nights I'm not able to watch live, but last night I was, and I tune in. It's like 7:40. I'm like, what the heck? They're not live yet. And then about 7:41, there they were. What listeners?
Yeah, I wanted to listen to them last night, but ended up going to that concert. But I did wear my Absolute Geek T-shirt to try to show some support, even though anybody that would have saw that T-shirt was at the show with me and wouldn't have been able to watch either. But whatever, still showing support. No, we love those guys over there.
Oh, of course, man. I had a good time watching them. First time that I got to see Josh from Comic Exposure. That was cool. He's got a massive mane of a beard. It's beautiful.
I know, dude. He's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's kind of. I'm a little bit jealous.
He's putting the rest of us nerds to shame.
It's true. It's true. I like to be the bearded bro, but he does a better job, if we're being real. All right. Well, tonight we're going to be talking about a few things, one of which is why Lance doesn't know how to read a book.
What?
I just made that up. I don't know. All right, well, we're going to be talking about quite a few things tonight. First thing I want to talk about, though, real quick is so Christopher Tolkien, the son of why am I blanking on the real author's name? J.R.R. Tolkien, sorry. Gosh. Anyway, Christopher Tolkien.
It's only your celebrity crush.
I mean, he's been dead since before I really knew who he was, but yes,
all right, dude.
I admire him for sure. But Christopher Tolkien,
I would take Marie Antoinette around the block if I could. No, just kidding.
But Christopher Nolan passed away earlier this week at the age of 95, and that's newsworthy because if you don't know Christopher Tolkien, did I say Turkin? I might have said Turkin. Christopher Tolkien was actually a big part of the Lord of the Rings franchise. He wrote several books. The Silmarillion is actually mostly him. I mean, he used his father's notes, but like this man brought us a lot of Lord of the Rings content. Not The Hobbit, not the Lord of the Rings itself, but he brought a lot, and he's held that franchise, that IP, close to his heart for his entire life. And with him passing, it's from what I understand, it's a little bit up in the air what's going to happen with it, but it's exciting to see what could happen. But it's sad, it's sad that he died. I mean, 95 is a great life, but I just wanted to bring it up and pay homage to a man who did a lot for nerddom, even if he wasn't necessarily a big nerd himself.
Right. No, so he running the Lord of the Rings franchise by himself, like, or is there?
I mean, he wasn't running the franchise by himself. I mean, because they had licensing deals, like WB's been making video games, and they made the Lord of the Rings, the movies, and.
But I mean, was he the facilitator of those licenses to those movie studios?
That's my understanding. Yeah.
So there was nobody else. It was just him.
So I guess I said Christopher Nolan on accident. Christopher Tolkien is who I'm talking about. I don't know for sure, Lance. I'm not 100% sure on who owned the rights to the Tolkien estate. My understanding is that it was him, but I don't know for sure. Mostly I just wanted to bring it up to recognize someone important in nerdom that passed. But anyway, let's move on from that. We're going to talk about a couple of video games that have been delayed, and I don't know if you've been looking forward to either one of these, but I have been looking forward to both. So earlier this week, we found out that Final Fantasy VII Remake was being delayed till April 10th, 2020. It was going to come out March 3rd. I was very excited about it. Had the vacation days. I was amped and ready to go. Well, now it's delayed to April 10th, which really sucks because that's WonderCon, and I want to go to WonderCon, and I'm going to go to WonderCon, but I really want to play this game.
You better not bail on WonderCon for a video game.
I'm not.
Be pissed at you.
I'm not, but I want to.
You better not do that.
I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, it's disappointing that it's coming out that weekend. But like, my first thought was that, and then the other was, holy crap, Cyberpunk comes out like a week later. And so I was like, man alive, how am I going to do this? Like, that's a lot of video games within a week period. Yeah. And Cyberpunk, a few days later, got delayed till September 17th of this year.
Do you think that was intentional because Final Fantasy was so soon? Or do you think Cyberpunk got delayed because of production reasons?
I don't think that's related at all because it's not the same company making them. So Square Enix is who's over Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. Do you think they were trying not to be in competition with each other?
What do you... I don't think that's
the company that owns Cyberpunk, did they move it because they thought their sales would suffer with Final Fantasy coming out?
Oh, no, I think other way around, honestly. I think that Square Enix would be more worried about Final Fantasy VII Remake not making as much because of Cyberpunk than the other way around. CD Projekt Red is the developer who's making Cyberpunk 2077, and they did the Witcher franchise, and The Witcher 3 was huge, and their franchise of video games was so popular that it is really what led to the Netflix show. Like, the books are popular, and the show is based on the books, but it's the video game that really brought it into mainstream. I mean, if we're being real here, that's where the mainstream notice came from. They're a huge studio, CD Projekt Red, and people love them. But I think this is good. You know, Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red is a developer that, like, they don't mess around. If they release a game, it's going to be, for the most part, in good shape. It's going to be polished, and it's very unlikely that it's going to be bad. So them delaying the game until September just means we want more time to polish it. They said the game is 100% playable right now. We could release the game to you guys. You could play it, basically, is what they were saying. But they want to make sure that it's polished and clean and as, like, you know, as good as it possibly can be. They want to.
I think that's great.
I agree.
Imagine what would have happened if they did that with the movie Cats.
Oh, that probably would have been a good thing. That probably would have been better to push the movie.
They released the movie and didn't even finish the CGI in the movie. There's a scene in that movie before, so it got sent back to the studio. The studio fixed it and then put it back out to the theaters. There's a scene in that movie where, is it Angela Lansbury that's in it?
I don't know. Jennifer Hudson's in it. I know that.
Well, I think it's Angela Lansbury. So she's supposed to be a cat. She's covered in fur, but they forgot to digitally redo one of her hands.
Oh, boy.
So her hand in this scene, like, you can still see that she's wearing her wedding ring. It's Angela Lansbury's hand. They didn't do it. It was out for like 2 weeks before they fixed it.
I heard that they, like, that's so funny because you don't usually see that. Like, video games get patched post-release all the time, but you don't see a movie getting patched, you know? So that was kind of...
These people get paid millions of dollars. You'd think they would...
Well, and generally, that's just not how... It's different. With a video game, you have it digitally downloaded onto your console. You're hooked into the internet. You get pushed an update automatically for the most part, and you download it while you're at work, you know? Not everyone sets their consoles up that way, but, like, it's not that... It's very common in video games. It's weird to go to a movie theater, watch a movie, and then a week later, the movie's a little bit different because they patched the movie. It's just weird. But Matt's saying in the chat, he says, don't be shocked if Cyberpunk gets pushed to November and is the next gen launch title. I don't think that's going to happen. And I could totally be wrong. Maybe I'm naive, but from what I've heard from CD Projekt Red, they've said that Cyberpunk 2077, the intent is to be a current gen title. They don't have plans to release it for next gen, is what they've said. Now, I don't entirely believe that. I think they're going to release a version of this on the next gen. I just don't see them not. There's too much money in that. But I don't think that this is going to be a next gen title. I don't think that they're ready. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong though. How did they word it? I want to see if I can find this quote really quick. Cyberpunk 2077, because I think they said they want it to be like the pinnacle. What was the wording they used exactly? Man, I'm gonna have to find it because I really want to like read that quote from them. Darn it! All I keep seeing is them talking about how they're gonna have to crunch. Cyberpunk 2077 delayed.
Here, while you're looking that up, I'm gonna show this picture of the cats thing I was talking about, and it's not Angela Lansbury; it's Judi Dench.
Oh, okay.
Is it coming up?
I don't know. Sorry, I'm on another screen, and they don't want me to not have ads.
Oh, here we go.
Pissing me off.
Oh, I can't add it. You need to add it, I guess.
All right, I'll add it in there real quick here. All right.
See your hand here?
Whoa, seriously? That was what was in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That's not good. All right.
So yeah, they released it. It was out for a couple weeks before it was fixed.
Wow. That's pretty bad. So here's what CD Projekt Red said about Cyberpunk 2077. They said, "We have important news regarding Cyberpunk 2077's release date we'd like to share with you today. Cyberpunk 2077 won't make the April release window, and we're moving the launch date to September 17th, 2020. We are currently at a stage where the game is complete and playable, but there's still work to be done. Night City is massive, full of stories, content, and places to visit. But due to the sheer scale and complexity of it all, we need more time to finish playtesting, fixing, and polishing. We want Cyberpunk 2077 to be our crowning achievement for this generation, and postponing launch will give us the precious months we need to make the game perfect." And then they said, expect more updates. So what I wanted to highlight from that is they said, we want Cyberpunk 2077 to be our crowning achievement for this generation. And that's why I don't think it's going to be a launch title on the next generation. I think that they are 100% developing it for PS4 and Xbox One. But I do think they're going to release it for PS5 and Xbox Series X in the future.
In addition, right? Yeah. Like they did with The Last of Us.
Yeah, exactly. Like The Last of Us did the same thing. Tons of games did that.
Yeah.
I'd be, if I'm wrong, whatever. But I don't think I'm wrong. I think it's going to be on this gen. All right, well let's I'm disappointed by these delays, but at the same time, like, I look at delays in the video game industry as a good thing, because generally what it means is they're trying to make the game a better experience for the people who are going to buy it. And the Final Fantasy VII delay, it sucks, but it's a month and like 7 days, so it's disappointing. I really wanted to play it in March. I was looking forward to that. There's really nothing else coming out video game wise in March, but whatever. I can wait another month. It's fine. The actual release date kind of sucks just because of my own preferences, but whatever, I'll live. The Cyberpunk delay, I'm a little bit more disappointed by, because that's April, May, June, July, August. So about 5 months or so. That's a long time. That's a lot of extra time to wait. But by the same token, it'll come out, and I expect it to be a great game.
I think they're doing it. It's in an effort to deliver you the best possible product. They're not going to rush anything out that's not good. They're not going to, soil their reputation by releasing a bad video game. So they're trying to make it the best it can be. And in my opinion, that's the most respectful thing you could do to your consumers. I mean,
yeah, no, I agree.
What Universal Studios did with Cats was just disrespectful and a money grab. And in my opinion, like, awful. What I mean? Like, so what the video game developers are doing, they understand that they need their players and they need to deliver good products, because how many video game studios have we seen go defunct in the last 10 years?
That's true. A lot.
One bad game. EA Sports is still drowning, with all the bad Madden releases and everything else that they've done.
Are they?
Yeah, EA Sports is not in a good position right now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I know
or
EA's got a
EA
lot
in
of,
general, Entertainment Arts or whatever they're called.
yeah, no, they've got a lot of bad will. A lot of people hate EA.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
I get it to a degree, but I'm less on that bandwagon with the pitchforks personally. Um, but there's actually one more game that got delayed this week. It's been a week for video game delays. So the Avengers game that was supposed to come out in May, they've delayed that one to September as well.
That needs to be fixed. Those trailers look horrendous.
So the E3 trailer, I think it was when they first revealed it, looked awful. Oh my gosh, it
Way
looked
bad.
so bad. And
Yeah.
then a month or two later, they showed off some like gameplay and some additional stuff, and I was like, okay, I'm on board for this. And then a little bit later, they showed Miss Marvel, Camilla Khan, and that she's going to be like the main character of the story, and that got me finally excited. Like, she looks really interesting, fun character, not someone that we've seen in the MCU. I was getting really excited because of her, and now the delay. Personally, I'm fine with this delay. Even though I was excited for the game, I wasn't like over the moon amped for it, you know. So
I noticed that the pre-orders, you can't pre-order it on Best Buy anymore. I was looking for it the other day. Yeah, and it was on there, but now you can't.
Nice. So it's just another one of those games being delayed. Hopefully it's a good thing. I'm okay with the September delay. Well, I say that, but at the same time now I'm like, okay, September delay? That means Cyberpunk's in September, Avengers is in September, and Destiny almost always releases something in September. So now that's 3 games that I'm like looking forward to, all releasing in the same month. And if that happens, whatever. And at that point, I'm going to have like a 1.5-month-old kid, so I'm not going to have the ability to play as many video games probably at that point in time. But that's okay. The world doesn't revolve around me. I wish it would, but it doesn't.
All right. Well, what's next, my friend?
The next thing I wanted to talk about is something that I think most people on the internet were not expecting to look good, but it did. The Morbius trailer, man. What did you think about that?
I was actually excited about this before I saw the trailer because I think Jared Leto's a fantastic actor. I think I think he got dealt a bad hand with the Joker thing.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't put that so much on him as I do just, director and costume design and stuff like that. I think that's more to do with them rather than Jared Leto. He did what he was told. But I think I love that Max just like ignored your comment, was just like, oh yeah, nice, LOL. What is he talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
What were we talking about? Oh, Morbius. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, hands down. I mean, if you look at my pop collection, about 60% of it is Spider-Man in his Rogues Gallery.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool that it's going to be incorporated in some type of multiverse thing. I think this is setting the stage. I was reading a thing yesterday that the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse live action movie could be a possibility with the 2 former Spider-Mans appearing, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
Man, I would love that so much.
Because we know that Marvel's not going to put Morbius in any of their movies, right? So this has to be some sort of multi-dimensional thing.
Do we know that? I mean,
Disney is the most powerful movie studio in the world, and if they don't have any control over that, they're going to want complete control over that kind of stuff. And I really don't think so, because they didn't even let their own television studio put those characters in the movies. So no, I highly doubt that another movie studio is going to be able to put their characters in an Avengers movie.
I don't know, man. You have Vulture at the end of the Morbius trailer.
Yeah, Sony, due to the contract, we all know that Sony can use those characters. And Kevin Feige himself said that Spider-Man is the only character that has the ability to jump multiverses or universes or something like that. Mm-hmm. I don't think that any of those characters from Sony's is going to come over to the
Marvel
MCU.
stuff?
No. I don't think we'll ever see Morbius interact with, Hulk. or something like that. Like, I don't think it'll happen. I just think Disney, they just want too much control.
I think so. Matt's saying this is an MCU movie. It's been confirmed. I think it is an MCU movie, but I think that it's kind of going to be in the middle of what we're thinking, maybe. Because I agree. I don't think that Morbius is ever going to necessarily interact with the Hulk or the new Black Widow that is potentially going to be coming.
The primary Disney properties.
Yeah, I don't know that he might. I don't know, but I think you might see it more within the Spider-Man properties. And I think you might see a world where it seems like they might be building towards a Sinister Six movie, and that Sinister Six movie will be set within the same MCU Spider-Man universe, even if those other characters don't interact with other MCU characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's going to be included but separate, much like how the television properties were.
But I think that it might be done in a way to where we as fans like really wouldn't know a difference. Like, it's going to feel like it's the MCU, even though it's not. Like, if another Endgame comes along, you probably won't see Morbius and Vulture and Scorpion in it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. We'll see. For all we know,
I think you'd see Vulture.
Be a moot point.
I think you'd see Vulture only because that came from Marvel. But I don't think we'll ever see Jared Leto with the Avengers or
see. But it came from Marvel, but did it? Because Sony created, like, they produced Spider-Man: Homecoming and Far From Home. It's set within the
MCU. But Iron Man was featured in one. Like, yeah. I don't know. It seems like that's the only one that has been able to cross those lines. I think. Because Kevin Feige, I'm pretty sure, was in charge of all the casting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was Sony. I think Sony bankrolled it. Kevin Feige did all the legwork.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think it's going to be MCU, just in like a unique way. I thought it was.
I think it's going to be like the TV. I think it's going to be like the TV shows.
So it'll
cross MCU. Yeah, I think so. I think it'll just cross one way, but not the other.
Okay. That's fair.
You know, because if Disney could do that, right? If Disney was willing to allow Sony to put some of their characters in their movies, right?
Yeah.
We would have seen something with Venom, the first Venom, or the fact that he's in San Francisco and there's no mention of the stuff that happened with Pym or anything like that. There's no mention of any of that.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's a one-way street.
Okay.
Because I was reading an article yesterday that's saying that Sony in this movie can't make any mention to Iron Man, can't make any mention to any of that stuff, but they can feature Spider-Man and his villains. Anything that they own. And Vulture and Spider-Man, they own.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just my gut feeling is that.
Well, I think we should get a Korg cameo. That's what I think we need.
Yeah.
We need Korg in there because Taika Waititi needs to be involved in everything because he's freaking awesome. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree. Is this a segue?
It is a segue. Whoa, look at us segue.
Master podcaster, my friend. Perfect segue.
So the segue here is that we've seen Taika Waititi do a Marvel movie now. He was in Endgame. And then now he's crossing the Disney lines, and he's going to be, or not going to be. He directed an episode, the final episode of The Mandalorian, which was a great episode in my opinion. You liked it too, right? Yeah, we talked about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, there was only really, one or two bad episodes in that whole thing.
I think there's only one that I just didn't really like, and it was.
I didn't like the one you and I saw together.
Yeah, that was the one.
But I think there might have been another one that was like questionable.
Maybe. I liked all of them, but now, and my understanding, how did I write this? It's still kind of a rumor. It's not official, but Taika Waititi has reportedly been approached to direct a Star Wars movie. What do you think about that?
I think it's good. I mean, he did a good job on that Mandalorian episode. He's a hot new actor. I mean, Jojo Rabbit is a huge movie.
Yeah.
For him. And
did he direct that as well, or he was just in it?
I think he wrote and directed it.
Okay.
I can find out for sure right now. But how do you spell his name? Oh, there he is, right there. But he's a hot director, man. I mean, he's writing good stuff. He's writing unique stuff. He's telling interesting stories.
He made Thor cool again. People really didn't like Thor. And because of his writing and direction, Thor is now cool again.
Which I'm interested to see what he does with the next one now that the Russo brothers came in and changed what Taika Waititi did.
Did they? I mean, Taika Waititi probably wouldn't have done that, but I don't think it's out of character.
It's not out of character, but Thor is different now than he was in Ragnarok.
Yes.
He's a different character. He's in a different place in life. He's, so I'm interested to see what he does now that his character's been changed.
Yeah, me too.
But let me see. So what were we asking? If he wrote and directed Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah.
So he directed Jojo Rabbit. And did he write it? He wrote it. Screenplay by him too.
Nice.
So
yeah, he's very talented, and I haven't seen that one yet. You did though, right?
What?
Jojo
I haven't watched it. I was planning on watching it tonight.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I need my VPN's free subscription to recharge so I can download it.
That's so funny. I get it though, man. They're freaking yeah. Matt says he's all in for this, dude. Dude, so am I. I am so down for a Taika Waititi-led Star Wars movie. If they wanted to give him a trilogy, cool. Or if it just is going to be a standalone, I think that'd be really cool. This is just a random thought. If you don't have an answer, we can move on from it. But do you are there any Star Wars characters you think would be cool for him to direct for?
I want a Star-Lord, or not Star-Lord. What's the Unleashed thing that I love?
Star Killer.
I want that movie, and I'm not going to stop until they make it.
I don't know if he'd be a good fit for that movie. I mean, I'm sure he could do it, but like Taika Waititi's so good at bringing the humor. I would love to see.
I thought Unleashed had a lot of humorous parts in it.
I think maybe you're right. Maybe it did. I guess they did. There was a lot of banter between his Jedi Master and himself. That could be interesting for sure. I still don't think they're ever going to do Star Killer.
What about a Yoda prequel?
A Yoda prequel? That could be funny. I think I would want to see, and I don't know if they'll ever do this, I want to see an Ahsoka Tano movie, and I think that he would be a really great director for an Ahsoka Tano movie. She's a very lighthearted character. She's a lot of fun. And if maybe you could set it during the Clone Wars, bring Hayden Christensen back as Anakin. Or do it after that. There's a lot of stories with Ahsoka after the Clone Wars when she goes into hiding. That could be really interesting as well. I don't know. I would love to see more of that character. She's one of the best Star Wars characters that exists. And it's, I don't know. I think that could be cool.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with her because I don't watch any of the cartoons or anything like that. I do think I saw that Rosario Dawson is campaigning to play her. I'm not sure if she's too old or what, but she does look the part.
I think she looks the part. She could do it. It's not a bad idea. I don't know. Unless Rosario Dawson could make her voice sound higher. And it depends on when you're playing Ahsoka, but Ahsoka in the Clone Wars especially was very much like a little kid. And I mean, she was like a teenager. I don't think we know the exact age.
That's the vibe I got. It seemed like she was younger.
And so it's I think you could make the makeup look fine. It's just a matter of the voice. She had a very kiddish voice. Now we've got Ahsoka Tano in Rebels as well, which is 20 years later, and she's in that. Absolute Geek is saying that there's rumor that that Ahsoka Tano is going to be in season 2 of Mandalorian, which is after the original trilogy's over. And so there's different timelines they could do it. Rosario Dawson could be an interesting pick for her. It just depends on when they're doing it. Because if you're going to do the Clone Wars era, if Rosario Dawson could make her voice sound very kiddish, then I'm on board. Because that's part of her character to me, is she's young and youthful and vibrant, and she's just, I don't know. Rosario Dawson could be a good pick, though. It could work.
Rosario Dawson doesn't really strike me as somebody that's like vibrant, really.
No, but
like,
she could be. I think she's a decent actress.
No, she is, but like when I see her, because she was in Clerks 2, and she was in the new Jay and Silent Bob movie. She has a sort of like seriousness to her. I'm looking up right now to see what else she's been in. I think she's a great like drama actor. I don't know about the bubbly aspect. Yeah, some of the movies she's been in. 7 Pounds. She was in Zombieland, and her Zombieland character was not the funniest part of the movie. Zombieland Double Tap.
Yeah.
A lot of her roles have been more serious roles. She was in Zookeeper, and that was forgettable. Yeah, I don't know.
I'd be okay with the actual voice actress. I don't know if she's a good like in-person actress though. Ashley Eckstein, who does the voice, like if you could get her to look the part, and like I don't know if she's a good like in-person actress or not though, but I just love the voice so much. Like the Ahsoka book came out a while back, and Ashley Eckstein did the narration for the book, and it was so much fun to read the Ahsoka book voiced by the Ahsoka voice actress. And I don't know, I just really like her, and I really like the character.
What about Zoe Saldana? I'm looking up some fan cast here.
That's not the worst. That could work.
15 actresses who could play
Ahsoka Tano.
So this is Screen Rant. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Bunch of actresses, you don't know who they are?
Naomi Scott from Power Rangers and Aladdin.
Maybe.
But is she supposed to be like Naomi Scott's like white, isn't she? Like is this supposed to be?
Well, she's an orange alien. So I don't think
it seems like a lot of the people that they're talking about are minorities. So I don't know if this would be, I don't know.
The race of the actress I don't think is relevant at all for Ahsoka Tano, really, because she's orange. She's an orange alien. You can paint whoever's skin orange, and it's fine.
Chloe Bennett.
Okay.
Daisy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And oh yeah, I love her. I don't think she'd be a good cast though. But you're right, Matt. She is playing an adult version of the character if she is in Mandalorian season 2, someone who's less bubbly. And in Rebels, she was definitely a lot less bubbly. So I don't know. I have to think about Indian.
He's saying she's Indian?
No, he's talking about Naomi Scott.
She's from India?
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure she was born in like Cleveland.
It does seem like all these fan casts that I'm seeing are minorities.
So Naomi Scott was born in London. She might be of Indian origin though. I'm not sure. Because
it's a lot of Latino women, a lot of Latina women, a lot of Asian women, and a lot of African American women.
I mean,
I didn't know. I thought maybe that was like true to the role or something. I don't know.
I mean, it's not untrue. It's just she's an alien. So here, let me bring up a picture. This is why I'm saying I don't think it like if they wanted to cast an African American actress or an Indian actress, whatever, that's totally fine. I'm just saying I don't think it really matters because look, I mean, she's an alien.
She's orange.
She's orange. I mean, whatever. Now this is from Rebels, so this is when she is a little bit older and more serious. This is from Clone Wars. She's a bit younger. Here we go again. So she's a bit younger. But this is probably the version that the person will be playing, is this older version that's, and if this rumor is true that she's going to be in Mandalorian season 2, which, man alive, if that's true, I'm going to be so freaking happy because I love this character so much, and live action would be awesome to see Ahsoka.
Another one I'm seeing is Zendaya.
Okay, for the young version, yeah.
Yes,
I think that'd be good.
She's like in her mid-20s or whatever. I would think
she looks like a kid.
I would think that they would want somebody to like grow with the role.
Well, Zendaya could be good for that. I think Zendaya is a decent pick. I like that pick a lot.
Does he want a Brie Larson? Keep her the hell away from it.
No Brie Larson.
The girl that played the mummy in the Tom Cruise one.
Maybe. Where are you reading all these?
I'm just on Google.
Oh, okay.
I just type fan cast. I'm seeing a lot of Chloe Bennett.
I like Zendaya so far of everyone you've said.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a character that I really like, and I'd like to see.
I got a perfect casting. So this person can do anything. What about Christian Bale?
Oh, Christian Bale.
I'm also seeing Tessa Thompson.
Okay, I've got one, and this is going to be another segue, and I didn't even mean this to be a segue. But Karen Gillan.
I like Karen Gillan.
I think Karen Gillan could potentially do a good job in that role. I think that's an interesting.
I think though. Let me just pose this. Let me be devil's advocate. I don't think Zoe Saldana. Yeah, I don't think Zoe Saldana or Karen Gillan will do it. I think they have one too many roles where they're painted from head to toe. It probably won't take another one.
You might be right.
Can you imagine? You get typecast as like having to have a different color body.
Yeah.
Like every role you have to be like dipped in blue paint.
Well, I know Jennifer Lawrence got tired of it. That's why in each X-Men movie she looks successively less blue.
Well, and then eventually it was like a full bodysuit and stuff. Like, I don't know. They kept changing stuff.
They went back and forth. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I still like Zendaya the best of everyone you've said, but that's for the young version of the character. And then Rosario Dawson for the older version, I'd be okay with. I don't know. I'd also be okay with them picking someone I've never heard of, and then they do a great job with it. But the reason I brought up Karen Gillan is because now
I did not see this.
This is just like she was having a conversation with somebody, and they asked her like what DC character I think she'd want to be.
I'm still listening. I'm just getting up to get a drink. Okay.
Okay. They said which superhero. What did they say? Okay. When asked which superhero she would like to play, her answer was Batgirl would be pretty cool. Yeah, she's a redhead. Don't get too excited just yet, as this is just Gillan having fun and answering a question in an interview, though. So
I don't really see her as Batgirl.
This is not a casting. This is not anything other than she said that she would like to play Batgirl because she's a redhead, and then she went on to say that she would like to direct it. Now, I don't really know that I want her to direct it, but I think that she could be a good Batgirl. I love Karen Gillan, man. And I think it's Jumanji that makes me cool with her being Batgirl. Because I like the like fun versions of Batgirl that we've seen in the past. And I think that Karen Gillan could do that, and that should be a really interesting version of the character.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't like Karen Gillan as much as you do. I think she's gorgeous, and I think she's a talented actress. But I don't know. I think the thing with these comic book movies where they really succeed is when they hire lesser known actresses or actors. I'd rather I'm looking up a fan cast of it, and everything I'm seeing: Anna Kendrick, no; Haley Steinfeld, no; Emma Stone, no. I don't like those castings because I think they're too established. And then Matt, why don't you just come on, dude? I'm seeing the girl from Jane the Virgin, which she wouldn't be too bad.
Which one?
The girl, the main girl, Jane.
For Batgirl?
If they wanted to do somebody of a minority, I think that she's a fantastic actress. Because I'm on your show enough, he says.
That's fair. I don't want you on anyway. Lance and I are best friends. We need some alone time anyway.
The girl from 13 Reasons Why wouldn't be bad. The main girl.
So Matt's saying hard pass, I think, on Karen Gillan. Super hard pass. So who would you want then? Tell us who you think would be a good pick. I'm curious to hear your thoughts from the chat. Also, Kyle said, hey. So, hey, Kyle. What's up? I don't know, but I would love to see a Batgirl movie. I do wonder though, like, that got canceled, the Joss Whedon one. I have a feeling they're trying to build something around the Batman, Robert Pattinson Batman universe, and so maybe that's why Batgirl got
Here, I'm going to share my screen real quick while you're talking. Put that in.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can keep talking. There's a few recommendations here. This girl from, should I zoom in a little bit, you think? So there's a few recommendations here that I think would work. The girl from Daredevil,
okay,
I think would be a good choice. I don't know why I keep seeing Anna Kendrick. Naomi Scott would even be a good choice.
I like Anna Kendrick. I like the Stephanie one, the girl from Gotham. I think that's who that is.
Yeah, she was also from The Gifted.
Yeah, and she's super young. She could definitely fit that young vibe of the character.
It's not a good fan pick, but she's a pretty good actress from Riverdale.
Okay, who's that one on the right? That looks like
here.
What is her name again?
That's Haley Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld. Yeah, but she's probably going to be in Marvel as the Hawkeye's successor. We don't know that for sure.
This girl is she's from that show Suburgatory.
Elle Fanning is her name?
No, this is not Elle Fanning.
Oh, okay.
This girl's also in that new show Zoe's Infinite Playlist, which I watched the pilot, and it's fantastic, by the way. It's a really unique premise. But I mean, there's a lot of is this that squeaky girl? What's her name?
I mean, that looks like Ariana Grande.
Yeah, that one.
No, not her. Definitely don't cast her.
No, she always sounds like she's sleeping.
I don't really listen to her that much. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. So my kids with this Disney Plus crap, right? They discovered that show Sam and Cat. And the girl sounds like she's constantly like wheezing almost. Is it going to tie into the Batman? And if so, don't we want a black actress? That's what Mike's saying from Grizzled Geek.
I guess that's
why would it have to be a black actress if it ties into the Batman?
Because Jim Gordon's black.
Oh, that's right. They cast the guy from.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. If it is, I forgot about that. You're right. You're right. Zazie Beetz, Zendaya. There we go. We'll cast her in everything. You're right. Batgirl would be African American. Yeah, she would be for sure. If it's going to be in the Robert Pattinson universe, that's a good point. And it was interesting. A while back, I heard some rumors about, well, not rumors, just some like fan castings, and now I can't remember who they were. So Zazie Beetz is one. Zazie would be awesome, according to Mike. All right.
Ooh, the girl from Preacher, right here.
Oh, her. She was on Ad Astra. What else is she on? I don't know, but
she's a good actress.
Isn't she on Westworld?
No, that's a different actress.
Okay, this is riveting. Anyone listening is probably like, "Who the heck are they talking about for all of these?"
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, she was in this show and she was in this show because I don't know their names. But here's the girl from Jane the Virgin, and I think she's a fantastic actress, and I wouldn't mind that. And I think you could pass her as being the daughter of the guy from Westworld. Just make his wife Latina, and then it'll work.
That's true. I don't really like that actress as much as you like her, though.
She's great, dude. She's won like 4 Golden Globes. Like, she's a good actress.
Yeah, she's not bad.
I liked her in that Natalie Portman movie. What was that called?
Yeah, I didn't like her in that. Annihilation. I didn't like her.
Yeah, I like her.
I didn't like her in that one. But yeah, those are interesting. Fan castings. So should we move on to something else?
Yeah, let's go into something else.
I've got one more Fabra Flub to talk about. You'll want to hit the stop sharing thing though. I removed it from the stream, but it's still like showing as an option. Awesome. Kyle should play Batgirl. That's a great idea. Kyle, that's
do they make a girdle that could slim him down that much, or? I would nail it. You mean you would nail the role, or you would nail Batgirl? I'm trying to figure out which one you're talking about. Max's eyebrows just went whoop.
So here's our next Fabber Flub. The Mindhunter cast has been released from their contract. Season 3 is up in the air.
I'm pissed.
I figured you would be. I figured this was a major.
Mindhunter is one of my favorite shows ever. It's so smart. They took a crime procedural and made it different instead of the same old crap that Law and Order's been doing and CSI and the rest of them. I think it's a definite flub, and I really don't care about the director doing more Love and Robots or whatever the hell that show's called. Yeah, I want more Mindhunter.
Give us another director. I'm sure there's other people that could do a good job.
He owns the rights. He wrote it.
Fair enough. I just know that most shows have multiple directors doing different episodes. I don't know. For movies, I want to see a cohesive director for sequels, but for TV shows, it's a little bit different. But I also don't care about Love and Robots or whatever. Frick, man. Mindhunter's good. It's really good. I still haven't watched season 2.
Fantastic television.
Because
is it David Fincher that does it?
Yeah, something like that. I watched season 1, really liked it, and then I thought to myself, you know what? So my wife is getting a master's degree in social work, and a lot of that has to do with psychology, and she's thinking about going into counseling and stuff. And so I'm like, you know what? She might really like this show. So I haven't watched season 2 yet because I was thinking I'd rewatch season 1 with her because I think she might be interested in it, and then we could watch season 2 together. But this is a bummer because this show is very, very good. And it's too bad that.
So he didn't write Mindhunter; he directed it.
Okay,
but I'm not sure. He's a producer and a director. I don't know, but he's the one that released them from their contracts. He's the one that came out and said it was unfair of me to have them on hold to do this show when I'm doing other stuff. That he's the one that released them from that. I have a feeling that they'll all come back because it's a huge success. And the show doesn't work without those 3 people. Anna Torv, the dude from Frozen, and the other dude. I don't know their names, man. I'm drawing a super blank. I've been doing homework all day.
Jonathan Groff is the one from Frozen.
Yes, that's his name. And Holt McCallany. McCallany. Whatever.
No, those are, you're saying a bunch of words. I don't know. It's just a bunch of noise to me. But yeah,
his real name is better than his name in the show. His name is Bill Tench, and his real name is Holt. Sounds badass, dude.
Holt?
Give a colt to Holt.
Give a colt to Holt. Ooh. That sounds like a pretty cool short movie. Colt with a Holt? What's he doing with it? Okay, so that reminds me of something. I want to find the poster for it really quick, though.
What?
I heard about this. Frick, what is it called? The Lost. No. Darn it. It's a stupid movie. Loss of Priest or something, or no, I can't remember. I saw this ridiculous movie poster earlier today, and it's for a real movie. It's like the Velocipaster. That's it. Okay, I found it. Okay, I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to bring this up on the screen here. Open this one in a new tab. Okay, and then I'm going to show you guys this because I don't know what you said that reminded me of this, but I wanted to mention it on the show anyway because I thought it was so freaking funny. The Velocipaster. This is a real movie. This is a real
move the tag thing.
Okay. All right.
What the hell?
Yeah, no, this is a real movie. And it's about a priest who goes to China, gets superpowers that can turn him into a velociraptor, and he can also be a ninja.
So does he turn into a velociraptor like at will, or is he always a velociraptor? Because a Ninja Velociraptor is a movie I'd like to see.
It's okay. He can turn back and forth. I'm gonna put the link to the freaking trailer in the chat because it is so absurd. Like, actually, is it sharing that? Is it sharing?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and.
Oh my gosh, what the hell is this? Okay, so two people in their underwear just fought a bunch of bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's having that serious drive.
Yeah, no, this.
And now he's preaching to his congregation.
Oh yeah, this show looks like the dumbest movie that I've ever seen. So he says, "Well, I guess after that bad joke, I'm going to head out." What bad joke, man?
The one about give a colt to Holt.
Oh,
it's all right.
That's what reminded me. It was the give a colt to Holt thing. That's what made me think about it. But yeah, dude, like it's even this trailer's even better if you could actually hear the audio of it. But see his face there.
I think it's supposed to be ridiculous.
I agree. I think it is.
Like Sharknado.
Yeah, it is. And like look at that freaking the prop.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
It's so bad. But anyway, you reminded me of it. It looks like the most horrendous movie. The trailers I saw or the reviews I saw on IMDb, one of them said 10 out of 10, the worst movie I've ever seen and a must watch.
It's kind of like The Room.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, like terrible, but just like cult classic. Yeah.
I think if I like any movies like that are just bad.
Maybe
bad movies that I love.
I don't know.
Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Oh, it's on Amazon Prime.
Movie,
if it's on Amazon Prime, I might have to check this thing out, man, because it just looks so dumb. It's worth an hour and 15 minutes of my life.
I have no interest, dude.
Honestly, though, it got me thinking that it'd be kind of fun to talk, not to like actually watch them, but to just talk about some stupid movie every single week that we heard about. But I don't want to have to do it every single week, but I just
call it shit movie corner.
Yeah, there you go. But anyway, so yeah, that's our Fab or Flub for the week. Let's talk about what we've been watching.
Well, I had one thing that I think would have been important to talk about.
Oh, if you're going to bring up, you think I'm going to bring up, let's not even talk about it.
The Kenobi?
The bull crap about Kenobi?
Yeah, so this is the second show in the last 3 weeks that has said it's been canceled, and now it's coming out and saying it hasn't been canceled. So Hawkeye, this happened the same thing. They both happen to be with the same studio. What is going on? Why do you think? I don't think it's canceled. It's because a lot of people are reporting that it's not canceled. Ewan McGregor hasn't said anything about it. You think Disney would come out and said, "Yeah, we're not coming out with that show anymore," if they were in fact not coming out with it?
Yeah. So this has made me lose a lot of faith in Fandom Wire because I'm pretty sure they're the ones that broke this news. I want to kind of research that some more, but I'm pretty sure Fandom Wire is the one that broke this news that it's going to be canceled. And then within hours, a new headline came out and said, sorry, correction to our article. We don't think this is actually the case. It's probably not canceled. It's just delayed. And I'm like, well, delayed isn't a thing when we don't have a release date. So I don't know. It's just, this is why I didn't really want to talk about it. It's worth talking about. I just wonder,
is there no, it just seems like there's no journalistic integrity. They're releasing stuff as clickbait, but it doesn't seem like they're doing anything to back it up. They're not.
Yeah. What frustrated me is that when they released a correction, they didn't update their headline. Their headline still said Obi-Wan Kenobi series canceled. And then their Facebook post said, correction, this may not be the case. And then at the top.
Well, now it's saying Hawkeye series delayed indefinitely, and this was debunked.
Oh, for the Hawkeye one? Yeah. I don't know. I hope it's not. I want to see the Hawkeye show, and I want to see the Kenobi show. All these shows sound great to me. All my video games are being delayed. Don't delay my freaking shows, too.
especially on Disney Plus, because there's really nothing to watch on there.
Not right now. Not right now.
You know, like, but it seems like a lot of it's coming from We Got This Covered and Fandom Wire.
Yeah,
and I just think like maybe do a little bit more groundwork before you just release these things.
Yeah, Matt's right. It's all about trying to break the story first. They don't care about integrity. And that's what's
I agree. But you're going to lose your credibility and people are not going to like, I'd have to mind to unfollow Fandom Wire after this.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
but I'm still going to see their crap because of other pages I follow. It's just like We Got This Covered. I wish there was a way for me to freaking block any link from them ever because it's always bull crap. Well, most bull crap. Like,
so Disney came out 6 days ago and denied the Hawkeye delay.
That's good.
So, and this is coming from The Verge, which is a little bit more reputable than Fandom Wire.
A lot more reputable.
And according to The Verge reporter Julie Alexander, the claims that the Hawkeye TV series have been delayed are incorrect. A Disney representative told her they are completely inaccurate. See, this is what I wanted. So Disney came out and said this to a source. Why haven't they done this with Kenobi? Have they done this with Kenobi? And I just didn't see it.
So Ian McGregor's reps came out and said that this was false, that the show was not canceled. That was his reps, not Disney themselves. But that's still, I would say.
So maybe that's good enough. Maybe that's good enough to have Ian McGregor do it.
I think it's pretty good. But yeah, Grizzle Geek says We Got This Covered as a rag. Do not use their stories. I agree. That's why I wish there was a way to just block.
We still talk about them, but how ridiculous it is. But anytime I bring up a We Got This Covered, I say take this with a grain of salt because it's probably bullshit. But we should still talk about it.
It's fun to talk about, just like the whole Karen Gillan thing. She's not going to be Batgirl, but it was fun to talk about. You know.
Yeah, I think that if you're going to talk about these things, you just got to say, you know, we don't believe this to be true, but we figure we talk about it because it's on the internet. You know what I mean? Like enough people are reading it, and there may be some confusion out there, but we don't think it's real. I want more TV shows on Disney Plus. I don't think they're delivering enough right now.
No, they're not at all.
And if they're going to be delaying stuff and things like that doesn't bode well for the service.
Yeah.
You know, Peacock just came out a couple weeks ago and just released all these different things that they're releasing on their service.
Peacock came out?
No, the Peacock reported or whatever. The streaming service is not out yet. I don't think you can buy it.
Oh, okay.
No, on their Twitter page, they came out and released all these posters and stuff that they're releasing, like a Psych movie 2, a bunch of new stuff. And I think they're doing it a little bit better. They're having a bunch of stuff from day one, like new things that people haven't seen before, as a way to kind of build up their streaming service. I think Disney Plus banked too much on their existing content and didn't do enough to have new stuff ready to go at launch.
I agree. So like when Disney Plus came out, we were all raving about it and saying it was like this amazing service. And it's an okay service. It's not bad at all. But since it's been out and since Mandalorian has ended, I've come back maybe once every other week to catch up on Jeff Goldblum and Encore. I do want to go back and like watch some stuff, but like people are excited about new content. Don't get me wrong. We all get excited about old content. Like I want to watch the Clone Wars and Rebels and Gargoyles and all this other stuff that's on Disney Plus, but it's not like bringing me back day after day. But you release a new episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, I'm going to be there every single week.
I think if anybody thinks that Disney Plus is going to replace Netflix, they're kidding themselves.
At least right now.
And I think if it ever happens, it's going to take years. I think Netflix is too entrenched in the streaming wars or whatever you could say. They're king right now. Nobody can touch Netflix.
Yeah, and Disney has come out and said Disney Plus is never. They said it's not going to contain rated R content. And people want that TV mature rated R type content. Netflix is going to offer that still. So there's
they're going to have it on Hulu though.
True. But Hulu, I think, sucks in comparison to Netflix, Amazon, and Disney Plus.
Hulu's gotten better. So I got Hulu when it came out, when it first was released, and it was garbage. They've made leaps and bounds since then as far as their original content. Handmaid's Tale is one of the best shows on TV.
Okay, fair enough. I still need to give some of their original content some watches, but I, for the most part, keep Hulu purely so I can watch This Is Us, My Little Things, Goldbergs, network television, so I don't have to have cable. That's mostly what Hulu is for me at this point.
Yeah, they have a lot of good original content.
Yeah,
like really good original. Handmaid's Tale is a fantastic show.
Yeah,
but speaking of Disney, did you see they dropped the Fox moniker? So
I saw. Go ahead.
It's not Fox Searchlight Pictures anymore. It's just Searchlight Pictures, and it's not 20th Century Fox. It's 20th Century Studios. So Fox is out of the Disney umbrella completely.
I don't see a problem with that.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it.
I saw an article.
It was all over the internet.
I saw like a headline. I didn't read the article, and then I saw someone comment about how I knew Disney was going to do this, and they were like talking about it negatively. But now the way you word it, like that's not a big deal. They're not Fox.
Well, I think
they bought them.
I think what the intention is that they're trying to separate themselves because the Fox News service still exists. Disney doesn't own the Fox News service. Yeah, Letterkenny. You're exactly right. That's what makes Hulu the best.
I have watched some of Letterkenny, and it's absolutely hilarious. I finally started.
So Disney doesn't own Fox News Network.
Is that what you appreciate about me?
To be fair, no. So I got my kids to start doing that. My kids start going, to be fair. But I think they're trying to separate any association that people might confuse with 20th Century Fox and Fox News.
Sure. Yeah,
which I think is wise.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. Get rid of the Fox branding, but don't call it Disney Century Fox or 20th Century Disney. No. Yeah, it's just like Marvel Studios is still Marvel Studios. We just know they're owned by Disney, and usually Disney's somewhere in the marketing as well. Same with Lucasfilm. It's still Lucasfilm, but it's owned by Disney, and I think that's fine. I like that. Now, I think. Go ahead. If you had removed the name Lucas from Lucasfilm, that would have been an issue because people would have been like, "You're removing the name of the creator of Star Wars." Like people would have been pissed about that. But then you would just call it what, Film Studios?
But have you noticed they don't really bank on the Lucasfilm name? That like they show the beginning credits in the Star Wars movie, right? Lucasfilm. But if you go to Disney Plus, it says Marvel and Star Wars. It doesn't say Lucasfilm.
I mean, why would it?
Well, I'm just saying, like it seems like Lucasfilm still exists.
Yeah.
But like it's not the primary here.
Yeah, but like Marvel is the brand. Star Wars is the brand. Like those are the franchises. So I think that makes sense. Marvel just happens that their studio is also Marvel Studios. Star Wars, though, is Lucasfilm.
But here's the thing: if you click on that Marvel thing, Runaways is in there.
Uh-huh.
There's a ton of stuff in there. They could have, I don't know. It seems like Lucasfilm is like almost swept under the rug a little bit. Like they're going to focus on the Star Wars brand rather than the Lucasfilm brand.
Well, they're the same. I don't know.
I know they're the same. I'm interested to see when Indiana Jones comes out, what happens.
I guess that's true.
Or the Willow. The Willow TV series is Lucasfilm, right?
Is it? You know what? You might be right. I know Indiana Jones and Star Wars are Lucas. Maybe Willow is too. I don't know.
And Howard the Duck.
But we're an hour and 4 minutes in, and we
got long-winded.
I know. So I'm going to put this up on the screen. I'm enjoying this whole putting things up because now it's going to help me when I go to do the show to put timestamps in. Now I know. Oh, okay, that's when we were talking about that. So let's talk about what we've been reading, watching, playing, etc. I'll go second. I'll let you go ahead and start.
Well, I didn't write anything in here because I've been doing homework all day, but I discovered a fantastic new show on Hulu called I'm Sorry, which is like a sitcom type thing. It reminds me a lot of The Detour that was on TBS, I think.
Okay.
But it's absolutely ridiculous. So it's based on a family, a mother, a dad, a mom, and a girl that's probably around 4 or 5. And the mom is just a mess, an absolute mess. Like constantly putting her foot in the mouth. The first episode, she finds out that her daughter's friend, who just moved into the neighborhood, is a former porn star, and the whole episode turns into somebody else finds out that the porn star and outs this mother to the whole school, and then the porn star thinks it's the lady, the main character, but it wasn't, and then it just goes downhill. In one scene, she's in a workout, like a gym with like an instructor and stuff. She's the youngest person in there, and she's probably in her mid-40s, and it's with a bunch of like 80-year-old women, right? 70, 80-year-old women. And they have the air conditioning turned off, and it's like the middle of summer in California or something like that. She goes to turn on the air conditioning, and the mom from Who's the Boss is in there and starts, "What the F are you doing?" Like, it turns into this whole exchange about the air conditioning, and I was laughing like uncontrollably. It was so good. It was so funny. And then I don't know, it's the return of our TV shows are finally coming. Supernatural came back. There was so I watched that. That was great. I'm planning on watching Crisis on Infinite Earths now that it's done, even though I saw the big reveal.
Yeah, I was pissed about that too. There was a big cameo from this last week's episode, and I was pissed that was ruined for me. That sucked. I was so disappointed.
I watched it online because I want to see what it was. It doesn't seem like it plays a huge
no, not at all. But it was a big deal, and I was pretty disappointed that was ruined for me because I watched.
It would have been even cooler if it was Zachary Levi. I wish it was Shazam.
Okay, but that wouldn't make any sense.
I don't care if it makes sense.
That would have been DC. Oh wait, duh. I'm an idiot. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Yeah, that would.
I'm both DC.
I know. I realized that. And I'm like, wait, we've been talking about Marvel so much that I haven't gotten out of Marvel mode. Yes, they're both DC. That would have been.
Well, what did I say about Shazam? DC made a great Marvel movie.
Yeah. It's true though. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It would have been cool if it was somebody. I just don't really like Ezra Miller, I guess.
I don't love him either, but it was still cool to have someone from the DCU.
No, that's cool. That's breaking, man. Could you imagine if Daredevil, if we ever would have gotten that like Iron Man cameo or something like that, how cool that would have been. So this was like that, but like on a lesser scale.
Yeah, but like it just goes to show you, like CW really pulled out all the stops, and they tried to get the crossover. Like,
here's the thing: they had the whole thing filmed. It wasn't CW that tried to get Ezra Miller. It was the head of DC that asked CW, whoever runs it or whatever, if there was still time to put him in the show. So they went back and filmed it. The rest of the cast didn't even know Ezra Miller was going to be on it.
That's right. That's what I heard.
Yeah. It wasn't even CW. CW didn't even try to get Ezra Miller on there. The head of DC put Ezra Miller in that show after everything was edited and done.
Which I think is super cool. And I don't know. This is purely speculation. Maybe Ezra Miller was paid a buttload of money. But I get the vibe that as like a film actor, he can ask for money. And I have a feeling he did this to be nice.
Well, and no, the guy from the CW said it cost him like an arm and a leg.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it cost him a ton of money.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well,
Ezra Miller's just not a TV actor. I don't think he's ever even been on a TV show.
I don't know if he has either. Well, then I'm wrong about the him being just a nice guy thing. But that's really cool that he was on. Like, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
But you need to watch Crisis now. It's all on my Vudu, which I know you have access to. So watch it. You have no excuse.
Oh, that's good to know. That's on your Vudu. I was going to watch it on the app, but I don't want to watch the ads.
Yeah, now you don't have to. So just go to each appropriate show and watch them. Which I wish there would have been a way for me to just buy Crisis rather than each show.
Oh, you have the whole season of each show?
No. Just I do have Arrow. I ended up buying that, but no, I just have because it starts off on Flash, I believe. No, I think it maybe starts on Supergirl, but whatever. You just go to like the respective show, and I bought that episode.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Will it be easy for me to figure out the order that it goes in?
It'll say Crisis Part 1, Part 2, Part 3.
Oh, okay, good enough.
Yeah, the episodes are titled that. So if you go to Flash and it says it's Part 2, just go to Supergirl or something. But
no, yeah. I haven't been watching a whole lot because of school and stuff, and I went to the concert last night. I wanted to go see Just Mercy, which I saw, that you saw. Jim Lee, that's who did it. Jim Lee from DC.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't been watching a whole lot. I mean, I'm just waiting for more shows to come back, man.
Yeah. No worries.
The Society is supposed to be coming back soon. That's a great show on Netflix.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice.
The premise is it's a group of like teenagers, and they're going on an overnight trip. And they leave in a bus, all of them, this high school. It's like a high school trip.
Mm-hmm.
Their parents stay all back. Halfway to the trip, the bus like breaks down or something like that. So they have to turn around. Something happens, they have to turn around. They come back into the town, and it's empty. Everybody's gone. And the buses leave with all these kids there. And then come to find out, all the parents are gone. They can't leave the town. The town's completely like secluded. It's pretty cool, man. I like that show.
Weird.
Yeah, The Society on Netflix. So season 2 is supposed to be coming real soon. So, and Lucifer's coming. I'm excited about that one too.
Okay, so all right, that's cool. So the crisis order is Supergirl, Batwoman, Flash, Arrow, and then Legends.
Yeah.
So, dude, so since we were talking about Crisis, I'm going to just mention that I watched all of Crisis. And I think the first 3 episodes were better than the last 2 episodes, but all in all, it was just a fun time, man.
Was it the best crossover that they've done?
Yes, by far.
Because the first one they did was underwhelming, in my opinion.
Like the just Arrow and Flash crossover?
No, not that one. Oh. The one about aliens or something. Like Supergirl was in it.
Oh, that one? Yeah, that was like their first real crossover.
Yeah, with all the properties in one.
I liked that one. It was the one after that I wasn't as into because it got too big. They had like 30 CW heroes all fighting at the same time, and it was.
Was this the Elseworlds one?
No, I think Elseworlds was the year after.
I didn't even watch that one. I only watched the Aliens one.
Oh, really? Man, I can't remember now.
Oh, yeah. So Matt keeps telling me I need to watch Outsiders on HBO, which I saw you canceled your HBO. Did you?
Me? Oh, yeah. I didn't want it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I canceled it like as soon as I found out that it got accidentally purchased on my account. It just kept it for the whole month.
I didn't realize it was canceling. He told me to watch Outsiders, and I was like, oh, Max probably still has HBO, and I went on there, and it's not there.
Because I got rid of it. I didn't want to pay for it, dang it. $15 a month for stuff I'll not watch.
Can you hear me okay? I'm kind of far from my mic. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. You just sound like you're in a freaking toilet.
Do I?
No. You sound a little echoey, but dude, yeah, Crisis is really good. It's definitely enjoyable. I've enjoyed all of their crossovers, but some more than others, for sure. But yeah, dude, since you haven't watched it, there's not a lot of us to like play off of each other. But
I'll watch it. I promise I'll watch it.
That's fine. Then maybe we can talk about it once you do.
That whole CW thing just kind of turned me off, man. Like all those shows, they just went down the shitter real quick.
They did. I've lost a lot of interest as well. I'm watching Arrow for sure because I've watched everything else. Like I'm not going to not watch the last season, but I'm not caught up. I've only watched the Crisis episode. That's it.
Yeah. But another thing I'm watching, football tomorrow.
Okay. That's all good. You can talk about football.
Yeah.
Good. But yeah, it's funny. I look at the list of stuff I've been watching, and I'm like, dang, I've been busy the last week. But I also feel like I've been really busy at work. I guess I've just been lucky and had some time at home.
I think it's just that time of year after the new year, you get back and the whole world is falling. It just gets really busy.
Yeah, but like so this week I watched Fury, Whiplash, and Just Mercy. And
2 of those movies I've been asking you to watch for years.
My wife brought me a soda because she's awesome, and I texted her and asked her to.
I've been asking you to watch those movies for years now.
Yeah, Fury and Whiplash, you've been asking me for a while.
2 of my favorite movies.
Yeah, they were great. I really enjoyed them both.
How good was Shia LaBeouf in Fury?
He was fine. You overhyped him. He wasn't any better than other roles.
Well, Brad Pitt is the focal point of that movie.
I think the best character in that one was dang it, why am I forgetting the actor's name now?
John Bernthal?
No, I hated his character. He did a good job though. Logan Lerman.
Oh yeah, that movie is why I wanted Logan Lerman to be Spider-Man.
He was incredible.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's a good actor, but Shia LaBeouf. So you gotta take this out of the scope of what he's done recently. Like Lawless came after this. All these big movies that he was in came after this, right? This was pretty recent after like the Transformers movies and like those big budget movies he was doing, Disturbia and things. No, it was a little further than that, but he didn't do the like major award winners yet. So in that moment, seeing him in that role was like a huge
It was a difference.
deal. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, clear difference. Let me see what he came out with prior to that.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he was good. He was very good. It was just the way you talked about him, and it's probably because of his more recent roles that I was expecting something else. But the way you talked about him in that movie, I was expecting like something out of this world, and it was good.
Fury came out after Lawless.
Yeah, Fury was 2014. Oh. Lawless was great. His role in Lawless was outstanding.
So it went Transformers, Lawless. What?
Lance names his junk Little LaBeouf.
I named it Big LaBeouf.
It's true.
And then he did the Nymphomaniac movies right before that. So he was starting to get more into the artsy stuff. But I think Fury establishes him as a really good method act. Like, he doesn't like to call himself a method actor, but I mean, the scars on his face are real. Like, he was cutting his face in between takes and stuff. And he still has those scars on his face. If you see him, he has the 2 lines right here.
I know
that's from Fury.
Yeah, I noticed that when we were watching Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah, and I appreciate artists that go. I mean, you don't need to cut your face. I'm not asking any of these actors to cut their face, but I appreciate artists that take it.
And he's thinking, "Crap, Lance wants you to cut my face. Now I'm gonna have to do it."
I just appreciate actors that take their craft that seriously. You know what I mean?
I get you.
And aren't dicks either, because there's some that take their craft really seriously and are a-holes.
But Shia LaBeouf is a dick. He's literally yours. That's what you named it.
Oh, that's funny.
I just got to take Matt's joke a little bit further.
Hey, does anybody know if Honey Boy's on Amazon yet?
I don't know. If Absolute Geek's still here, they'll give us the facts.
Because I may watch that one tonight and say to hell with everything else.
Yeah, I still really want to go see 1917 again, which leads me to the other thing I watched this week. So earlier this week, I really wanted to go to the movies, and I couldn't decide if I wanted to see Just Mercy or if I wanted to see 1917 again. And I literally
or you almost went and saw Bad Boys.
I was close, but then because you said you weren't going to see it, I was like, screw it, I don't want to. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm not that interested. I'm not.
Well, and I actually heard it's pretty good.
Well, yeah, that thing, it was really good. The trailers just didn't look good to me. It just looked like a generic.
It's one of those. Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, you've seen it before. Mm-hmm. It's Michael Bay too. He doesn't really do anything new or unique. It's just big explosions. But Martin Lawrence and Will Smith are likable people.
Yeah.
February, Honey Boy comes to Amazon. Good to know. Thanks, Matt.
Good to know. But yeah, so I decided that I would see something new instead of 1917 again. But I've been in a drama mood, and that's why. So originally I watched 1917 a week ago, and then I was like, all right, now I'm in a war movie mode. So I watched Dunkirk. So that's another thing I've watched recently. I finished that this week. Great movie. 1917 is better. But then I was like, all right, now I want to watch another war movie. So then I watched Fury. Fury was very good too. Like, Fury was great. Very, very good.
One of my favorite movies.
Excuse me. And then I was like, okay, well,
You're
I'm going to watch Whiplash. So then I watched Whiplash, and that was really good. Like, the actors in that. J.K. Simmons is one. He did freaking amazing.
And Whiplash and Miles Teller.
Miles Teller, yeah, man.
And then who's the girl in that movie? I don't remember.
It's Melissa Benoist, Supergirl.
Oh, it is?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's Supergirl.
I don't like her as an actress, but dang, she's attractive, dude. I find her very attractive.
Oh, she is. She's good.
I think she can't act out of a paper bag, though.
I think she does fine. I think she did good in Whiplash. I think that she overacts in Supergirl like by a lot. But I liked her in Whiplash.
Because I think Supergirl, the thing with Supergirl, and I hate to take you off track real quick, but the thing with Supergirl is I think that she sees it less as a role and more as like a social justice platform. And I think that's what bugs me about Supergirl.
That's why I'm getting tired of Supergirl too. I don't really care if I agree with the social justice that they're talking about. I don't watch it for that. I just want to see freaking Supergirl beat the crap out of bad guys.
I watch TV to take me out of the real world, not put me in it. Exactly. If I want to be in the real world, I'll watch the news.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, and I don't need to see people skewed, no matter how much I agree with it, because I do agree with some of what they're saying. I just don't want to see it. You know what I mean? I want to be in a superhero show.
Yes. I just don't think that's not the show for it. Like a show like Mindhunter, maybe you could put more of that in. Like it's a serious show by nature, and it's
or put it in and don't be nauseating about it. Like put it in and be like subtle. Like because the Avengers: Age of Ultron has a lot of political stuff in it, and they were subtle about it though. It wasn't like over the top and nauseating.
Yeah. Even Avatar, which is pretty in your face with some of their political stuff, isn't as in your face as CW. Like Avatar is very like clearly they're using George Bush, like things that George W. Bush said, and the villain is saying them. So like it's
really?
Very, oh yeah.
Does the villain ever say strategery?
No, but he said looks like diplomacy has failed, boys, or something like that. And that's something that George W. Bush said. Is diplomacy failed? Like diplomacy failed, and that's why we went into Iraq and stuff.
Michael Bay didn't direct Bad Boys for Life.
I'm not sure.
I thought he directed the first two. I thought he owned it.
I don't know.
I just read. I'm sorry to go off track. I just read Matt's.
You're good, man. You keep getting me off track. But at any rate, I was in the drama mood, and I was like, all right, maybe I'm going to go see 1917 again. Sat in the theater parking lot because I had some time before either one of them was going to start, and then I decided, you know what, I want to watch something new. And it was so funny. I wanted to see 1917 again so bad that I sat in my seat for Just Mercy, and I was sitting there like, should I just walk out and go see 1917? Because 1917 was starting 15 minutes before Just Mercy. And as the trailers for Just Mercy started, I was like, if I go walk into 1917 now, it'll just be starting. Should I go do that? And I'm like, no, I'm here to see this. Let's see this. And I'm really glad I did. Because Just Mercy was really good.
It looks fantastic. And I love Michael B. Jordan.
I know you do.
So I really want to watch it. No, dude, when he got cast as Killmonger, I was stoked.
You will love Just Mercy. And I'm an emotional guy. I'll be like honest about that. I'm definitely like a Sensi, as they say on Scrubs, my favorite TV show. But I'm not like one that usually cries during movies. That's not something that I do a lot. I think I've said on the show before that Room had me bawling like a little baby because it did. But like even 1917, I think I had like a little tear coming down. Like it was emotional. And a movie making me cry doesn't mean it's better than anything else, because 1917 was better than Just Mercy. But Just Mercy had several scenes where I like actually cried, and because they were sad or moving. And it also, and I'm not going to go into like this, but it also changed my viewpoint on something that on the death penalty. It's like the show is a lot of that movie is about the death penalty, and it changed the way that I have thought about the death penalty for years.
See, the death penalty is a tough one for me.
And it's still a tough one for me, but they displayed. So this show the movie's about the death penalty, like people on death row, and this attorney. It's based on a real story. It's based on this attorney who goes down to Alabama and he's fighting for these people to get them off of death row, and it focuses on Jamie Foxx's character.
Yeah, because he's the guy that's being defended, right?
Yeah, but there's other characters in there as well. It focuses on Jamie Foxx's character, but there's another character who's on death row, and it shows his death scene, and it's very emotional and it's tough.
I'm of the standpoint that sometimes there's evil people,
Yes,
but if you, without a shadow, like if they admit I did this, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude. The death penalty is tough, man.
Yeah.
If it comes to pedophile or people that kill children.
Yeah, and this isn't a political show, but yes, and so my viewpoint hasn't necessarily changed a lot because I'm still kind of with you on that, but it showed someone being put to death, and it was fictionalized, of course, but this person was actually put to death. Like the person in the movie is a real human being who was on death row and who was killed, and it's very sad, and it was done really well, and it was shot really well, and it had me in tears. And then the end of the movie, when they get to the conclusion of the story, it had me. I almost jumped out of my seat in excitement because I was very attached to these characters, and I very much wanted a certain outcome, and it was moving. It was well acted. It was very good. So if you want to look these people up
when was that released? Did that come out after January 1st or before?
So I'm pretty sure that it's technically. Oh no, it says it's a 2019 movie.
Oh, it was released on Christmas.
It was limited release on Christmas, but it came out January 10th. It was the same thing as 1917. I think they wanted it in the 2019 award season, but I don't think it didn't
get nominated for anything, huh?
I don't think it did, but it was really good. I haven't seen all the movies that are on the awards list, so I can't really say for sure if it should have been nominated. I think 1917 is a better movie than Just Mercy, but Just Mercy was fantastic. It's about the person in real life. His name is Brian Stevenson. That's Michael B. Jordan's character. He's the attorney, and he's defending Walter McMillan, who also goes by Johnny D. And what happens is that Johnny D, Walter McMillan, is accused of a crime he didn't commit, and he's put in prison and on death row. And he was before his trial even went through, a year before his trial, he was put on death row, which to me is absurd. When you live in the United States and you're like, due process, innocent until proven guilty. Nope, not in this case. Back in the 80s, this guy was put on death row before he was even. So he wasn't innocent until proven guilty. He was guilty until proven guilty is really what it was. Mm-hmm. And it was sad. And it was a setup. And this guy was very clearly, and it was very clearly racially profiled, and it was racially motivated. The 80s, very different time than it is.
What was the crime he was accused of committing?
He was accused of killing a white girl, like an 18-year-old white girl. And they had this guy who was a criminal. They had him testify to this whole made-up story, and Walter McMillan's whole family was like, nope, on that day he was with us. We were having a barbecue. He was with us fixing the transmission in his truck. And the criminal who was testifying against this guy with the made-up story was talking about how they were driving around in his truck and all this. And it's like the people that were actually with him were like, we were working on his truck, which didn't have a transmission. There is literally no way he could have been out there killing this person with his truck when his truck was without a transmission on the day of the murder. But it was very clearly they wanted to find somebody. Like the woman had been killed a year earlier before this guy got arrested. They hadn't found the murderer, and they wanted to pin it on somebody. So they chose a poor black man, thinking that no one would care. Which for years no one did, until Brian Stevenson came along and fought for him and got him off of death row. And sorry, spoiler alert.
Did they find the actual killer?
No. The real killer has never been found. But it's just a stellar movie. So I definitely recommend watching it. It's beautifully, beautifully done. If I were to rate it, I think I'd give it a 4 and a 4 out of 5 and a throw pillow. It was really good. Yeah, it was really good. I can't really think of anything wrong with it, but it definitely wasn't as good as 1917, which I gave a 5. So definitely
1917 is a masterpiece, dude. I walked out of that movie with my jaw open.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. Death Row is the label that pays me, Absolute Geek says.
Oh, Death Row's Death Row Records.
Oh.
Yeah, which is now owned by Disney, I think. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to talk about one more thing that I've been up to, and then we'll move on to our main topic, the movie Upgrade. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and put I'm going to create a banner here, Death Stranding, so that I can come back and know that Oh, that's not as cool looking. The banner's not as cool.
Yeah, but then it doesn't go into the chat.
I know. Whatever. But it's cooler looking with like our logo and everything. Testing stuff out. Anyway, so Death Stranding, I finished that. I've been talking about it on the show for a few weeks. I finished it this week. It is not a beautiful, heartwarming, necessarily masterpiece.
I'm still here.
Like 1917. But it is a very good game. And actually, I take back one of those things. I think heartwarming is a good word for the game. There's definitely some parts that are heartwarming in Death Stranding. But yeah, I finished it. Super fun game to a degree. The combat's kind of wonky. But the open world is really beautiful. The story is fascinating. The world is like...
Why is it wonky?
Super cool. It's just not that good of combat. It's like... So the game's too easy, first of all. I played on normal, and I'm not a great gamer. When I play a game on normal, I'm used to dying a little bit. You know, I will get killed occasionally. Maybe even like have to do a boss 4 times in a row because I can't beat it. I died 3 times throughout the entire game.
Oh, so it's too easy.
Yeah, and I could have turned the difficulty up, but this is normal. Normal should be a little more challenging than that. But I died 3 times, and like when I would fight a boss, what was that?
Was there a mode lower than normal?
Oh yeah, there's normal, easy, and super easy. And then there was hard and very hard. And I played mostly for the story, so like I didn't mind that it was easy, but I did think it was strange that normal was.
You don't want it to be too challenging because you want to get through the story.
Yeah, but I was surprised that normal was as easy as it was. Because like for a boss fight, I would stand there, and I would just stand in one spot and just shoot the boss. And occasionally I'd have to move out of the way, but that was it. Like it was really, really easy.
It's done.
Yeah, I beat it. Yeah, I beat it.
Side missions and everything.
I didn't do all the side quests. That's not my thing. I'm not a. But I beat the main.
Did that for Spider-Man. I don't do that very often, but Spider-Man, The Last of Us and Uncharted. I did all the side missions.
I don't know that there really are side missions in Last of Us. Are there?
Yeah, there's DLCs that you can buy.
Yeah, but I meant like anyway, yeah, I did that too.
Oh no, but there's things you can collect and stuff along the way. Like I did all that stuff, all the extra stuff. Like Spider-Man, I collected all the backpacks and everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so anyway, I really loved Death Stranding. It was a good game, enjoyable, worth my time, great story, one that I thought about after for several days. The closing music for the credits I was listening to that song for the next few days pretty regularly. And it's not like the greatest song ever. It's just because it's tied to my experience with that game. It had me nostalgic for it. It's a really interesting game. The story, if I really think about it, is pretty incoherent at times. And I don't want to get into spoilers on it, but it was cool. Like real big twist at the end that I was not expecting. And that's what I'm talking about. If I think about the twist, I'm like, that doesn't really make sense at all, but it's a cool twist. I'm just going to go with it, whatever. But yeah, if you guys are interested in open world games, if you're more interested in story than you are in like really cool combat, Death Stranding is a fun game. I recommend it. It's on PS4 only. Give it a try.
Are you going to play it again in hard mode?
No. If I play it again, I might do it years from now, but this is a game that I might replay, but only for story. It's not worth anything else in my opinion. Yeah, so let's talk about Upgrade.
The first thing I want to say, so the main actor on Upgrade, right?
Which he needs to be in more stuff.
He looks like Tom Hardy, 100%.
He does kind of look like Tom Hardy.
And in fact, I was watching the movie and I would sometimes forget it wasn't Tom Hardy, but then I realized, oh, I can understand everything he's saying, so this can't be Tom Hardy.
You're not wrong. What movie? Outlawed? Is that what you're talking about earlier today?
Lawless.
Yeah, I couldn't understand half of what he said in that movie.
It's like, dude, take some like speech lessons or something, dude. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if like speaking under his breath is like a form of drama that he's trying to like convey or something. I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah, he. So I don't know, but the actor in Upgrade, Logan Marshall Green, the main guy, is really good. He's
fantastic.
He played the Shocker in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Don't know if you realize that
he did.
Yeah, he's in Spider-Man: Homecoming. This is him. Here, I'm gonna share this from the Spider-Man: Homecoming.
The one that he's bald. He's the one that gets killed.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he gets killed, and then the Shocker, they give the thing to the black guy. I don't know his name.
Yeah, but he was in that, but he was the main character in Upgrade, and Upgrade I thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Maybe phenomenal is the wrong word, but I really enjoyed it, is what I'm trying to get at. I really...
Yeah, I'd like to see him in more stuff. I think he's fantastic. And I think that it's a shame that he wasn't Venom.
It's kind of funny that he does look like Tom Hardy, because he definitely did a better job as like this was better as like you've got a surrogate in your body who helps you do things you never could have done before.
Oh, I told Anna, I said, could you imagine if this was a Venom movie? Because everything would have worked. They would have just had to add some black goo. Everything would have worked.
Yeah, I mean, the paralysis in this movie, I don't think Venom usually has that storyline, but yeah, you probably could have made it work.
Yeah, the paralysis you don't include, but the internal, like it's buddy cop almost, like just the story elements could have been borrowed, and it probably would have made Venom a better movie.
Yeah. Yeah, this was definitely better than Venom. I'm trying to find a good picture to share here, but I can't really find a good one.
Yeah, there's not much, is there?
No, but it's really good. So, do you want to give us a basic rundown of what the movie's about?
Okay, so the movie, are we doing spoilers?
Yeah, like
it came out in 2018, so full spoilers on the movie Upgrade. If you haven't seen it, watch it and then come back and listen. But the beginning of the movie starts out with the main character, whose name is Gray. What's his name? Help me out here, Max.
Gray. I can't remember his last name.
His name's Gray. He's married to this successful businesswoman named Asha. And Gray and Asha, it's very much set in the future. I mean, there's self-driving vehicles that look like the new Tesla truck. There's, there's
true.
Yeah, it does. Everything talks to you like it's a very technologically forward.
Well, it's fairly realistic in my opinion. It's like, it seems like a lot of things that could be real 50 years from now, other than someone like the cybernetics. I don't see us having guns in our arms, especially with our political climate. I don't see that happening. But yeah, like the talking cars, the self-driving cars, like a lot of that. Like
the torque alone from having a gun in your arm, especially because those were like shotguns that they had.
Yeah, they were powerful.
That would rip your arm off. You couldn't do that.
Yeah,
you would have to have like Dwayne Johnson sized forearms to even like kind of survive that. Like there's just no way. But what was cool was all the other stuff those people could do with the saliva and everything like that. Like that was pretty badass.
It was.
But
really...
it starts out with Gray and Asha. They're married. They live in a house together. Gray has kind of not really accepted so much of this new technological stage. He's fixing old classic cars from the 70s and stuff. I think he's working on a Mustang.
Yeah.
That he's delivering to this character who's kind of like an Elon Musk. This character. That's what he reminded me of. He's very, he's a technological visionary. So he drops his car off to them on their way back. So the smart car follows them in this Mustang or whatever to drop the car off, and they both get back in the smart car to go back home. On the way back, they get in an accident. Like all of a sudden the car starts freaking out and just starts speeding up, right? And it flips and ejects one of them out the window, I think, or they both climbed out of the car. I don't remember exactly. They both climb out of the car.
I think
but
so.
It flips, it's on its side, they both get out of the car, and then they get jumped by these like 6 or 7 dudes.
Yeah.
You know, and it's looking like a robbery, you know. Yeah. Well, one of the dudes shoots Asha in the gut, right? And pretty much killing her a few moments later. She dies.
Yeah.
And then shoots Gray in the, like, it looked like a headshot, but it was actually like clipped his neck. So he gets paralyzed from the neck down.
Yeah, which at the time I thought it was just like a paralysis shot. That's what I thought. They were just like trying to like make him unable to move. I didn't realize they were actually shooting him. But
yeah,
turns out, yeah, they shot him.
So they paralyze him, and he like basically goes in this deep state of depression, doesn't want to live. His wife is gone. You know, he can't do anything about it because he's lost all function in his body. Well, then he gets a call from the guy, the guy that he sold the car to, the Elon Musk dude.
Yeah.
Goes and sees Gray in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
And says, I can do something for you. Come here or whatever, and I'll help you out. And they end up installing this little chip, you know. Think like Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2, right? It's a little chip, but it's embedded, right? And this chip basically is an AI cybernetic thing that attaches itself to the spinal cord, and basically he still doesn't have the ability to walk or anything, but it can control his limbs, essentially. Well, give him the option to control it from his mind too, because it's on the brainstem.
Yeah, that was how they described it. Because like they described it as the injury that he has, because he's a quadriplegic now, was that his brain isn't sending signals to his arms and his limbs or anything anymore. So yeah, the stem, as they call it, basically acts as like his brain sending those.
It's like signals. A pivot point. So his brain can tell the thing what to do, and then the thing tells its limbs what to do. Yeah. So it's not like anything medically as far as repairing his limbs happened.
Yeah.
If this thing gets removed, he's paralyzed again. So
which is a thread in the movie, and it's very interesting.
Right. So he decides now with this newfound ability to walk and everything like that he's going to go find his wife's killer because they never found her.
Yeah.
And then he soon realizes that this little chip that he has in his neck basically has the power to like talk to him. Only he can hear it, kind of like Venom.
Yeah.
Think Venom, and that you got the same idea. And the thing in his neck starts helping him figure out
who killed his wife.
Who killed his wife? Like pointing out things in the security videos that maybe the normal eye couldn't see, and things like that. So that's where they go from that point. So he goes on this prowl to find the killer of his wife. And meanwhile, the Elon Musk dude, I don't know his name, is pissed because this whole thing's supposed to be kept a secret because it's technically human testing. He didn't have the rights to do human testing. He didn't even have the rights to do animal testing at this point.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be a secret. So Gray is still like, whenever there's other people around, he's in the chair and everything like that. Like people that could expose him that know he's paralyzed.
Yeah,
he stays in the chair.
Yeah.
Well, soon he says, F that. It turns out this thing gives him the ability to fight like a friggin' ninja, which he says at one point, which I laughed my butt off. He's sitting on top of this guy like this, and he goes, I'm a ninja. And then the thing in his neck says, like, don't call me a ninja. I'm not a ninja.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. So there's real good humor in this too. But he gets the thing in the neck. He turns into a ninja, and then I don't know what happens next, Max.
Well, he starts avenging his wife, essentially. So he finds one person connected to the murder of his wife, and then he kills that person pretty brutally.
Pretty awesomely.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But she didn't mean to kill him. He basically tells Stem to take over, and then Stem kills the person.
Oh, yeah, that dude in the house.
Yeah.
I was thinking about you got the guy on the roof.
Oh, that happens later. But that guy, I don't think had anything to do with the murder of his wife, did he? Or was that guy there?
No, he was working with the guy that.
Yeah, he was working with the main guy. Yeah, so then after that, he goes to like this bar and he like cuts this guy up to get information about someone else, and then he finds that person, and it's just a cool story and about cybernetics.
But it's nothing new. It's nothing new, really. Like it's done in a new way, but the story has been told.
No, it's pretty cliche.
Yeah, 100 times before.
Yeah, it's cliche, and there's some big issues that I want to know if maybe I just missed something. And can I talk about those now? You good with that? All right.
Well, so, yeah. Did we miss anything from the story?
Well, we talk about? Sure, we can go and finish off the story. So, and that's where my big glaring issue comes in. So he meets up with he encounters the guy who actually killed his wife, who kind of orchestrated the robbery, murder, and all that. And he finds out from that guy that it's actually like the Elon Musk type character who was behind it all. And when I first heard that, I was like, okay, that's pretty predictable. I kind of was expecting that the whole time.
Well, when they shot him in the neck, it was a pretty clear indication that, he was supposed to be paralyzed. Like they deliberately made him paralyzed. So within the first 5 minutes, you know what's going on.
Yeah, it's not super duper. It's not like a big mystery. Although there was something that ended up happening that I wasn't expecting, and that's where my issue comes in. So you find out that the Elon Musk character was behind it all, and then the guy who actually killed his wife, Gray, ends up killing him, and that was a pretty cool scene. And yes, Lance was talking about another scene where there's like a chase sequence, and he ends up having the cybernetic man point his gun hand at his face and shoot his head off. Pretty cool.
Yeah, they have guns installed in their arms. Did we say that?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. And so he like Gray turns that guy's hand around at his enemy's face, and boom, has the guy shoot his own face off.
And it goes like the whole like from here up gone.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Like brutal. It was gnarly, dude. It was awesome.
It was pretty crazy. But yeah, so then later he encounters the guy who actually killed his wife. He kills him, finds out that the Elon Musk type character was behind it all, and then he goes and confronts that guy. Only to find out, and this is where I got really confused, only to find out that it was Stem the entire time. So it sounds like the Elon Musk character had Stem in him. Stem made him set up the robbery. Stem is the one responsible for having the wife murdered, for having him paralyzed, all of that. But what I don't understand is, was there two Stems? Was there only ever one?
No, the guy had one in him too, from what I understand. So he obviously operated on himself first, because he wasn't even able to control what he wanted to do. Because he says that. He says, I'm also not in control of what I can do. So he has a stem implanted in him. Okay, and I think it does a back thing where it shows that he has a scar, doesn't it?
It does, and that's where I'm really confused. Because Stem's plan was to find a better body, basically. And so he did. But what I don't understand is that there's 2 points in the movie where the Elon Musk character, so the first time that Gray kills anybody, that Elon Musk type character brings in Gray and like reprimands him and tells him, don't do that. That's not what this is for. I'm tracking you and I will stop you if you do it again. And then Gray does some more stuff. He goes and like cuts that whole guy up. And then, as he's like running away from that, the Elon Musk character is like hacking Stem and trying to turn it off. If he has a Stem in him, how is that Stem not stopping him from doing that? You know what I mean?
Well, he might have remember he has to, at that point, he has to remove those protocols or whatever. So maybe his still has the protocols.
So maybe he was...
Because you remember before, so when he's getting hacked,
I think
he's able to still control everything. Like he's under control unless he gives up control to STEM.
Yeah.
Then he gets hacked and STEM can take control whenever he wants. He doesn't have to.
So you think that when that hacker hacked the STEM in Gray's body, that it was like part of a network and hacked the one in...
Well, that's what it kind of implies, is that they're all being controlled by the same entity.
That's kind of what I got from it. But like...
Because the one in the Elon Musk dude said, your body sucks, I need a new body, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it's possible that the dude was like, hey, if you don't do this, I can... I don't know how it works. I don't know.
That's what's confusing to me, because it's like...
It was a fun movie. I try not to go that far into it.
I know. That's where I got... And I don't usually do that either, but this time it was just glaring to me, and it had me confused, because I'm like...
I didn't think about it till you just said something.
Because I'm like, okay, hold on. You said that you were forced to kill his wife, but if you had control to try to turn off STEM, then what?
Okay, here's the thing, dude. It's a science fiction action movie. And I tried to explain this with Tyler, and when it comes to Endgame.
Yeah.
You look hard enough, there's always going to be something that doesn't make sense. Because the science isn't real. The science that they're using doesn't exist.
No.
So some Hollywood producers or whoever wrote this movie had to think of all this stuff. And quite frankly, if they were smart enough to actually think of this stuff, they'd be scientists and not Hollywood writers. So there's always going to be plot holes. So if you go into these movies searching for plot holes, you're going to find them. And
I wasn't searching for plot holes. I was just enjoying the movie.
That's a pretty glaring one. It's a pretty glaring one. I still don't understand how Tyler doesn't understand the whole Captain America being old thing. I still don't get how he doesn't understand that. But
yeah, that one, that's not a plot hole. That makes perfect sense how he got old.
Yeah, he still refuses to admit that. So, but you look hard enough, there's always going to be something that doesn't make sense, because the fact of the matter is the science doesn't exist. So we don't know. We don't know.
I mean, and I was just curious.
Maybe they were part of two different networks. Maybe one was, I don't know. All I know is there's a ton of blood in this movie. That guy kicks ass. And
it's a better Venom movie.
The ending was pretty good. It was a better Venom movie than Venom. And the end of the movie is awesome because he finally kills the Elon Musk dude. And then the AI takes complete control. They kill the cop too, which I thought she was going to get. I thought there was going to be some sort of happy ending, which it was in a sense, but
not
kills
really.
the cop. Well, if you think about it, that guy Gray thinks he got a happy ending.
That's true. He thinks he got his wife back.
So there is kind of there, but not really. So there's...
Yeah, which when that happened, when all of a sudden he wakes up from coma and he's talking to his wife, I was like, what the heck? This whole thing...
I was like, was this all his dream?
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, what? And then you find out, oh, no, it's not a dream. It's that STEM shoved him completely out and gave him a fantasy world to live in so he wouldn't fight back. And
it was cool, though, that he did that, because he could have just, like, put him in nothingness.
Yeah, well, I liked that because earlier in the movie, Gray sees people doing VR, and he's like, why do they do that? And the girl says something to the effect of, sometimes living in a fantasy world is better than the real world. And then that's what ends up happening to Gray, is he gets trapped in a fantasy world that's better than his real world.
Yeah.
So that was cool. That was fun writing. Like, that was, to me, interesting.
That was cool. Yeah. It was cool. Like, everything came kind of like full circle. STEM got what he wanted. Gray got what he wanted. The bad guys are dead. But
it's kind of a bad ending. I mean, like, not a bad ending. It was a cool ending. But, like, it's not a happy ending, because now STEM has control of another human being and is probably going to be able to go out and control the entire world.
I would love to see a sequel where Gray suddenly realizes he's in a not real world.
I think that would be cool. And I thought that they were going to do that. I thought there was going to be like 5 or 10 more minutes left in the movie and that Gray was going to snap out of it. But
it's almost cool that it ends like that.
It was cool. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting Gray to break free. But nope.
But I think another movie would be cool with him kind of realizing, but we've seen that before too. None of this is original.
No, but that's okay. It was fun.
Yeah. It was a fun movie, and it was really bloody, and it filled what I wanted to see in that moment. I wanted to see a bloody action movie that was dumb. This movie's not dumb.
It's not dumb at all.
Yeah, so please don't anybody mistake the words I'm saying. This movie was awesome. It tried to be intelligent, and it got a lot of things right. Like there's a scene where the bad guy, apparently the bad guys have been all retrofitted with this stuff too, because obviously they work for Elon Musk, which you start to realize that they work for the same guy. And we're saying Elon Musk, I hope you don't get slammed with like some libel thing, but so
I just can't remember the character's
slander. So they're in the bar for these like it's almost like a Hell's Kitchen type bar, right? Not Hell's Kitchen, Hell's Angels, a bunch of shady people and stuff. And the bartender tells this guy, "Hey, you better get out of here." The bad guy that killed Gray's wife, Asha.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the bad guy like sneezes or something like that, and you see in slow motion his saliva going towards the bartender, and there's little shards on it, right?
Yeah.
And the guy inhales the saliva, like you normally, that's how you get sick. Obviously that happens.
Yeah.
And it dies like 5 seconds later, like just has blood like coming out of his eyes and stuff, and then falls over. That was so badass, dude. I was like, dude.
That was pretty
What I'm trying to figure out is why didn't he just sneeze on Gray? Because he didn't want to kill Gray?
I don't know. Again, don't think about it.
The whole time I'm like, dude, you have like killer saliva, dude. Just spit on him. Like, shouldn't be that hard. Kill him real quick.
Stem probably could have found a way to get out of it or whatever. That was interesting though, when Stem, because he let Stem take over again. Well, at that point, Stem had control, but like the two cybernetics were fighting against each other essentially, and Stem he just admitted like he's predicting my every move. I don't know how to beat him. And then it was Gray.
Well, I think he was on an older version. Like he didn't have, I don't think he had Stem in him. I think he had like enhanced things, but I don't think he had Stem.
No, I'm saying Gray had Stem, but Stem said
no. But the bad guy.
Yeah, I don't think he had Stem. He's had I think he had other cybernetics, but Stem couldn't beat him. Is what I'm saying.
Because he had those weird eyes, dude. So I think they were learning each other's fighting. I don't know. That's how I saw it. Like I thought they were learning how each other fought as it was going on.
Yeah. That was a cool fight though, and I liked seeing that the only way to beat that guy was with human emotion. That's how Gray got out of it. He used his own connection to people to like get that guy upset, and that's how he survived.
Yeah.
But real cool movie. How much do you think this movie cost to make?
$250,000.
Oh wow, you had it real low. It had a $5 million. It had a $5 million budget.
And I don't know, dude. I'm not good at that stuff. I have no idea how much that stuff costs.
That's fair. That's fair. I probably would have guessed something stupid too. But it only had a $5 million budget, but it made $16 million. Now the director says Upgrade 2 isn't going to happen. That's not something he's planning on doing. But it made good money. I mean, you look at a $5 million budget, it made $16 million. I mean, it almost quadrupled its budget.
I just said when it was released, like there was no marketing promotion around it. There was like nothing. I didn't even know about it until it came out on Blu-ray.
I saw a little bit of marketing, but not much. Yeah, it definitely wasn't a big movie, and it wasn't a high budget, but it didn't feel low budget to me. Like it didn't have any big actors in it.
They did a really good job. Like that car looked real.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the stuff in their arms and that saliva part probably cost a ton of money.
Yeah. Yeah, it was for the low budget, man. It used it well, and it felt like a well-produced movie. It was
I enjoyed it.
It was fun.
It was one of my top should I say top 10 movies of last year.
Well, it was a 2018 movie.
Oh, see? That's how much I didn't even know about it. I saw it just a couple weeks ago.
We actually reviewed it on Couch Crunchers. Cameron reviewed it a while back, right after it came out, and I'm pretty sure. See if I can find his review real quick, because I think he gave it a 5, which I don't think I would give it a 5 personally. Let's see. I just found it.
You found it?
Yeah, he gave it a 4.5 out of 5. So
I probably do. Should I do it now?
Yeah, go ahead.
3.5.
So 3 couch cushions and a throw pillow.
Yeah,
that's where I was going to put it too. I think it's a little
not
better
the greatest movie, but it's not a bad movie. Like I would watch it again because it was badass.
It's got gaping plot holes, but it's fun and it's cool. And yeah, like you said, it's badass. Like it totally is. It's a fun movie, man. It's good. It's a good time.
And we're seeing an age where these action movies are taking themselves seriously, like having a lot of emotion, a lot of heart in it. It's been a while since we've had like an Expendables type movie. Upgrade kind of fills that niche of just being like kind of a ridiculously fun action movie, right?
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. It was just a fun action movie.
Days of Jean-Claude Van Damme and Arnold Schwarzenegger and stuff like that. Like, even the newest Terminator has heart in it and has, it's not this like just stupid balls to the wall. Like Fast and Furious fills that niche.
Yeah,
and even Fast and Furious has emotion in it too. So,
oh yeah. Well, this one had emotion too. Like I could relate to the man.
Same. Like it's not. Yes, it's a plot point of his wife dying and stuff.
Well, that's like
it doesn't fixate on that. Like the action takes a front seat.
Oh yeah, it's not meant to be deep. It's not meant to like. I mean, maybe the director meant to have a deeper meaning there, but to me that wasn't the point. The point was a fun action sci-fi movie,
right?
And that's what it was. It was a sci-fi movie for that good time. Yeah. It's just it's a sit back with a soda and you chuck popcorn into your mouth kind of a movie. Right. Which I didn't do while I was watching this, but I would have if I was at the theater.
Here's the thing. My wife is not into action movies like this. Like she likes the Marvel movies. She likes the DC movies. Like she likes all those. She enjoyed this movie.
Really?
Like she liked it. And I was shocked because as soon as I saw that dude in the house get his ass kicked, I was like, my wife's not going to like this movie. And then at the end of the movie, she's like, oh, I like that.
Yeah,
it was good.
My missus would hate. She would hate this one.
Yeah, she liked it. I was shocked. We were just looking everywhere for a movie to watch, and it was for sale for like $4 on Vudu.
Oh, really? It was that cheap?
Oh yeah, that's why I bought it. It was like $4 or $5.
So you saw you saw Code 8, right?
Yeah, I liked Code 8.
Was this better than Code 8, or were they about the same?
Code 8 has more heart in it.
Okay.
Code 8 deals with some political things in there that make it a little bit more real, I guess.
Wow. Code 8 had an even smaller budget. It only had $2.1 million. But it's made more money than Upgrade. It made $18.2 million so far.
It's a good movie. I would watch Code 8 if I were you.
No, I want to.
Robbie Amell needs to be in more things. He's the better of the Amels. Like he's a better actor than Stephen Amell.
So is there anything coming out next week that we want to talk about?
Let's see here.
So there's The Gentleman, I think. I kind of want to see that one.
The Gentleman wouldn't be bad. I could go see that one.
I was just thinking maybe we could do Code 8 next week if there's nothing else coming out. Like I could watch that. You talk about it.
We can talk about it. So
we don't have to do it next week if there's something else we wanted to talk about. You guys getting a peek behind the Couch Crunchers planning. The Gentleman, The Turning. I don't know. The Turning looks kind of creepy, but I don't know that I really want to see it that much.
Yeah, no thanks.
The Gentleman looks good. I want to see The Gentleman.
The rhythm section looked pretty good too.
That's not for a little while, is it? That's January.
Oh, the end of January. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed. I'm gonna miss the oh man, I'm gonna be on next week, but then I won't be on for 2 weeks after that because my anniversary is the week after, and then I'm gonna be at Disneyland with my brother the week after that. I'm not gonna get to talk Harley Quinn movie, Birds of Prey. That's all right.
Oh yeah,
you guys can do that without me. I mean, I want to see that one, but
just as long as you're here to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog with me.
Oh yeah, I should be. Hey,
because over the next couple months, that has become the movie I'm most excited for.
I think I'm more excited for Birds of Prey than I am for that, but
Birds of Prey doesn't look good, dude.
It looks dumb, but it looks like it could be fun, and I love.
It looks like an all-girl version of the Suicide Squad movie that they just came out with. It just seems like kind of like, I don't know. I'm not that excited about it. And it's nothing against Margot Robbie because I like this iteration of Harley Quinn that they did, even though it's not the Harley Quinn that I know. I just kind of put them in my mind as two different characters.
Yeah.
So I like her. I love Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I think Mary Elizabeth Winstead is an awesome actress. But I don't know, man. It seems like a step backward from where they come out with Joker and then they come out with this, and it just doesn't.
Well, they're vastly different. That's for darn sure.
They're vastly different. This one has more humor in it and stuff, but it just, I don't know, man. I'm not excited for it, and I can't get myself excited for it. I don't know.
I'm not stoked, but I'm interested in it.
I'm more stoked for the Sonic movie after they did the changes because it got me excited about it.
Uh-huh.
There's also the Call to the Wild. Of the Wild looks pretty good with Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
That My Spy movie with Dave Bautista. My kids want to see that. Looks pretty good.
Oh man, dude, we're gonna have to talk off air probably.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the movies coming out. No Time to Die comes out April 10th, and now I'm thinking, well, if we were gonna drive to, if we were gonna go to freaking whatchamacallit, why am I forgetting the words? WonderCon. Maybe I can fly in Thursday night and I'll just drive with you. We can see No Time to Die and then I'll drive with you.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good too, because then you and I could switch driving.
No, you're driving the whole way. It's cheaper to fly to Arizona, so it's like maybe I'll just fly to Arizona rather than California.
Yeah.
Drive. Then we get to hang out. All right. Well, anyway, I think that'll do it for us tonight. It's been a good show talking about all the comics stuffs and Upgrade. Good movie. So we've got some giveaways coming out. Please give us a like on YouTube, or a subscribe better. And every time we get to 50 subscribers, we're going to be giving away a Spider-Man Funko Pop that we've got. And so our next giveaway is going to be when we get to 100. We started this when we were already over 50. So when we get to 100 subscribers, we're going to be doing a giveaway there, and we're looking forward to that. Of course,
Mike's asking if we're getting together for dinner at Comics. Is that the one in Arizona, Mike? Type fast, buddy.
I think he's talking about that one. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to be in town long enough for that. If you guys want to get together, it's all good. I'll be in town last week of March for a week. If I have time to get together, I'd love to get together with you guys, though. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that place looks awesome. It looks huge.
Yeah, that place
I say when we go to we're gonna do that. We just haven't fully planned it out. I say when we go to Anaheim, we should go to the big Hollywood Funko store that just opened.
Yeah, you would want to do that.
Dude, have you seen this place? Let's just take a detour here for a second.
Trying to close out the show.
Hold on, man. This place is legit. Let's see here. Check this out. This is like big. It's not little figures. Like, this is like, you walk in, these things are taller than you. So here's the Black Panther area. Here's the Toy Story area. It's a whole store, dude. You see how big these things are?
Dang.
That's a big place. Harry Potter.
Where's this at?
Hollywood. So it's the Funko store.
So it's in Anaheim. Or is it in... You said it's in Hollywood?
It's in Hollywood. This is Funko Hollywood. Check out this one, dude.
Oh, sweet. All right.
Yeah, so I piqued your interest a little bit.
All right, I'm down. Let's go.
Look at this, dude. The Hall of Justice.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can go then. I'll allow it.
All right.
Wonder Woman looks hot. Show me that one.
Wonder Woman. It's a pop figure, dude.
I'm kidding.
She got a big square head, kind of like you. Just kidding. I don't know, man. Their eyes. I just don't see a soul there, dude.
There isn't. Oh, that's cool, man. That sounds like a good time. We'll have to. We'll figure out the details later. I might fly in Arizona.
That one.
We can watch James Bond. Maybe have my brother come along, and then we'll drive to California the next morning. Looks cool, man. That's cool. Yeah. Drive to Arizona. I mean, drive to California. Gosh dang. All right. Well,
good show.
That'll do it for us. Like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Couch Crunchers. We are also on the internet at www.couchcrunchers.com. Check us out there. We should be coming out we should be coming out with some new articles soon. And please share. If you guys like the show, please share it. Get people on here listening, watching, hanging out with us. We love having you guys on. But until next time, nerds out.
Keep on